Hey guys, so we're going to talk about it. To tip or not to tip, or to tip, have gratuity already included, and to add an additional tip. You heard me correctly. An additional tip. Okay, let's listen to this. We're going to cut to a little break and then we're going to listen to the rest and then we are going to talk about this.
I'm going to say this and I know it might get some people mad, but I don't care. I am the fastest person to hit no tip on a screen if you flip that tablet around. Let me tell you why. Unless you are giving me a genuine service, unless you're my server, unless you're my bartender having an actual conversation with me, unless you are literally providing me with a service where you're asking about my day, we're having a conversation going about, I'm not gonna tip you. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not. I think tipping has gotten out of hand. It's ridiculous, it's everywhere. Like, you go pay for a coffee that's like In-N-Out grab and they're like, tip, when they're not even like interacting with you. And this is coming from someone who, I provide services for people. I do lashes, I do eyebrows, but like nowadays there's so many places where you'll go buy a smoothie and you'll just have a short, hi, can I get a number one? Sure. Girl, you didn't even say hi, how are you? Nothing. So I don't feel guilty. I hit no real quick and because bye. Like, I'm not giving you my money unless you're giving me a service, unless you're having a conversation with me, and unless we're interacting. So that's all I got to say about that. And I don't feel guilty. Fight in the comment section if you want to. Not with me though.
Okay, so I 1,000% agree with what she just said. 1,000%. Tipping culture is definitely becoming like outrageous. We have already discussed on this channel that we already see that everything is skyrocketing, right? For everyone. And I get that you have a job and I get that some jobs do not pay very well. But if you've noticed, I don't go out to eat a lot. I don't. But when I do go out to eat, I've noticed lately that a lot of gratuity is included in the service. So it'll say 20% is this, 18% is this, etc. And you can add that, or some places like it's already in there. So the problem I have with that is I don't know if maybe the receipt machine needs to be updated. I don't know how much money that costs. But if gratuity is already included in any of those services, I need that line removed, or I need the people that are at that restaurant to already black it out, because you're already forcing me to pay you whether you gave me good or bad service. It's included, right? And I know this might ruffle a lot of people that provide services to people, but I'm not speaking to the ones that provide great service, because you do deserve that money. But there are some people who don't deserve that money and they get it anyways, regardless of the service that they provide. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not trying to discredit people who are going above and beyond to just be a decent person and do their job. I stopped going to Crumble. When Crumble first opened up here, I used to go to Crumble like every week to figure out what cookie I wanted. I didn't like all of them. I wasn't like those people on TikTok taking bites out of cookies that are like 1,000 calories a pop. I would cut them in fours. I'd have a fourth with my coffee and go from there. But I just got really turned off because every time I would go there, I would get the same lady, the same woman, and these young kids were working in the back, making the cookies. Every now and then I got one of the other people, right? But I'd get the same lady and she would be like, hey, can I take your order? You know me, homegirl, because I come in here every week. So not even like, I don't expect anyone to kiss my ass, but I like, if you see me every week, at least like acknowledge me. Hey, you're back again. That just something simple, right? Well, she didn't do that. She didn't do that. But homegirl was quick to take my order and then flip around that little, do you want a tip thing? I'm not going to lie, like the first or second time, like the first couple times she got me, because I'm a tipper. Like I believe in tipping. I think that people should be rewarded for a great service. But every time like I tipped, I would have like this knot in my stomach because I'd be like, when I get in the car, I'm like, why did I give her a dollar? Like, why did she didn't do anything. Like, she took my order, which was her job. She flipped around the freaking screen and asked me to tip her, like give her more money. Like, these cookies are already expensive. Like, I'm already overpaying for cookies, which was, my choice. And I actually got burnt out on Crumble, but I was annoyed every time I went there and saw her and she flipped that screen around. I would notice that, like, and then she wouldn't just flip it around. She would flip it around and she would be like, we're looking at each other like this. Like, she is looking to see. So I'm like, is she trying to intimidate me into like giving her a tip? And so, like, about the third time, I was just like, no, like, you're not about to bully me into giving you a tip. So we did the stare down. And I freaking put no tip right in front of her and looked right back at her. I think she was kind of shocked. She flipped the screen right back. She walked away, and then another young lady brought me my cookies. I was like, I showed you. I showed you. Like, no, you're not gonna bully me into that. I've only in my once in my life have not tipped someone who has actually provided a service, and it was last year. I was in Atlanta. I was visiting some friends. We were going to the Usher concert, and we went to this place. This lady took. It wasn't even busy. They sat us at a table where I think the speaker literally blew out my freaking eardrum. And we asked her many times to tell the DJ if he could like turn it down because we were like right by the speaker. We couldn't even hear each other like speak. We were like yelling or texting each other across. It was like, I don't know, 6 of us. And we asked if we could move to some tables that we saw that were available. She was like, no, that's for like special guests, whatever, whatever. Okay, well, can you please at least have them turn down the music a little bit? Because the speaker was like, like in the old school cars, and they'd be like, boom. But I mean, the music was good, but like I wanted to preserve my eardrums. Like, I still need to hear when I walk out of here. So I think eventually they turned it down, and then a little bit because we could tell the difference. And then the DJ was over there, like, I don't know if he was smoking hookah, a vape, or whatever, because I just saw a cloud of smoke go up, and his song must have came on, and that thing went right back up. I was gonna mention to her again, but she didn't even seem to care because like she took forever to bring our food. She brought us the wrong food. Then when it was time for us to pay, we had to like ask her multiple times to like remind her she was passing. And they could have been short staffed that day, but a quick, we're short staffed. I haven't forgotten about you guys. I'll get to you guys in a minute. Would have been outstanding. I'm a very reasonable person. I would have understood that. You know what I'm saying? But no, no. She showed up like when she did or whatever, and I was like, I'm not tipping her. I'm not giving her nothing. Like, she's getting zero from me because communication is a key with me. I don't mind if you're like having a bad day. Don't take that out on me because when I go to work and I have a bad day, I have to figure it out. You need to figure it out too. So I didn't tip her. I didn't tip her, and I didn't feel bad. And that's the first time in my life like I've never tipped anyone. Crumble, I'm just turned off. I haven't been to Crumble cookies in months, and I just want to know what your thoughts were. Like, why are we like somebody in one of, I'm not going to say foods, in any service, if gratuity is already included, why are we giving you more money? Times are hard for everyone, so please don't come with well, we don't get paid enough. Well, you don't. That's why a lot of places are including the gratuity. So what is the extra amount for? Because I was guilted into that too because I'm so used to tipping. And I was out with my friends the other day, and my friend was like, there's gratuity already in this. And then I was like, yeah, but in my head, I'm like, I still need to give them like $5. Like, I still need to like no, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not. And I'm not going to feel bad about it. And I'm not going to feel guilty about it. If gratuity is included, you will not get another dime from me. And if your service was bad, you will not get a dime from me. And I might even, obviously I don't want anyone spitting my food. I might even put in there, did not enjoy your service, 0 tip. And I just won't go back. I just won't go back. Stop letting these people bully you into tips. If you go on TikTok, like I said, I do the research for you for the ones that despise TikTok like I do. I get a lot of research from there now and I bring it over here just so you don't have to do it. But a lot of people had that complaint with Starbucks. Like there were so many videos, and I didn't include a Starbucks. Did I include? I don't know. I might include a Starbucks one on here. I don't know at the end. But yeah, it's going on everywhere, and I really think it needs to stop. And for the people who have a problem with it, you have to understand, as middle class and below, like, we don't got it either. Even if we do, it's my choice if I want to save it. If I don't want to give you that dollar, that additional dollar on top of your gratuity, and I want to save it for my bank account, I'm entitled to do that, and that's what I'm going to do. What are your guys' thoughts? Like, am I being like mean, or I don't know. And even if I am, I'm not going to stop. So, but I still want to hear your thoughts. Let me know down in the comments. You guys talk about it. We'll all talk about it together. And remember, it ain't about being broke. It's about being smart. See you in the next one. Peace.
So tipping is just getting out of control. I was just at Starbucks picking up a coffee in the drive-thru, and I get to the front and I'm paying, and he's like, "Oh, I was just gonna ask you a quick question." And we all know what that means. Tipping, fine, but what am I tipping for? If I have to tip for this, like, what's next? Yeah, nurse, looks like we got him back. Hey, Johnny, good to see you. Hey, before we hook you up to the ventilator, it's just gonna ask you a quick question.